CAT 2024 LRDI slot 3 puzzle number 4. So this puzzle was about a country, its GDP, GDP per capita, growth rate and population growth rate. All the information was given to us at the table. Let's go ahead with the question, the puzzles. Out of 10 countries, country 1 through country 10, country 9 has the highest GDP and country 10 has the highest GDP per capita. Now what is this GDP per capita? They have defined it here. It is the GDP of a country divided by its population. The table shows the data from country 1 through country 8 here in the table below. Column 1 gives the name of the country, column 2 gives the GDP in comparison to GDP of country 9. Let's say the GDP of country 9 is 1, then that is 0.15, 0.14, and so on. The same way, GDP per capita has been given by thinking that the GDP per capita of country 10 is also 1. So it is 0.41, 0.25, and so on. Column 4 gives the country's annual GDP growth rate, and column 5 gives the country's annual population growth rate. So all the information is given to us straightforward. Now, this puzzle is all about the calculations and how good you are in numbers. Let's solve the first question. The first question says which one among the countries 1 through 8 has smallest population in 2024? Now, the real figures have not been given, only the relative figure has been given to us in the table. So let's first of all understand the formula which they have given to us for population. Now GDP per capita is GDP per capita. The formula for this that they have given to us, that is equal to GDP divided by population. That means if I'd like to drive the formula for population, this means the population is equal to, if I do a cross multiplication, that is equal to GDP divided by GDP per capita. Now, the question is about the lowest population. So for country 7, 3, 5, and 8, let's check them out. For country 3, if I check the population, the GDP is 0.13 and it is 0.02 GDP per capita. That means it is going to be 13 by 2. Decimals are getting cancelled. For country 5, the GDP is 0.10, that is 10, divided by GDP per capita, that is 0.36, that is 10 by 36. For country 7, the population is 0.08, that is 8, divided by GDP per capita, that is 30. And for the country 8, it is 0.07, that is 7, divided by 0.41, that is 41. Now clearly I can say this is 6.5. This, if I say, is approximately 0.2, 36 into 2, 72, 28 remainder. So approximately to 8 if I round off. 8 by 30, that will be 0.2 something again. 26, let's say. And this is going to be 0.1 something. 41 into 1. If I divide it by 70, I'll get 29, 290. So 0.17 approximately. So this means country 8 has the lowest population. That is the answer. So it's quite easy. One who is comfortable in the numbers, they know how to drive the formulas, they can easily do this question. Quite doable. The next question which we have. The ratio of countries 4 GDP to the countries 5 GDP in 2006 will be closest to what? Now country 4 GDP is 0.12. That is in 2024. It was given to us here. Data is of 2024 and the growth rate has been given to us. So for country 4, if I take the GDP is 0.12 in 2024 multiplied by 0.49% increase, sorry, that is in the population growth rate, 0.5%. That means it's going to be 100.5% in 2025 again multiplied by 100.5 divided by 100 in 2026. This is the actual GDP going to be. Quite simple to understand. If there is an increase of 0.5%, that means it is 100 plus 0.5%. And for country 5, it is 0.10 multiplied by 0.7%. That is 100 point on the same logic. Now, if start solving this, I may see these hundreds can get cancelled. Now, these points also will get cancelled with each other. These points will also get cancelled because they all are multiplied, divided by 10 or whatever you would like to understand, like the way you understand it quite easily. Now, here if I start solving it, I get 2 into 5, 2 into 6, 5 into 2, 10, 0, 1. So this comes out to be 6 into 201 by 1007. This is approximately 1005, actually 201 into 5. So I'm writing it 6 by 5. And 1005 by 1007, that is approximately 0.99 something. So I'm writing it 1. So I'm just cancelling it because the answer we have to find out closest to. CAT does not want us to do the exact calculation. They want us to have an idea in this question. So it is 6 upon 5. That means approximately 1.2. The nearest value to this is 1.195. That is the answer. So we don't need to actually calculate 1007 into 1007. We just can have an approximation here and we can find out our answer. I believe quite easy to understand. Again, I said the people who are comfortable with the numbers, they must have found it very easy to do it. Number 3, which among the following countries 1, 4, 5, 7 have the largest population? On the same basis like we did in the first question, we can find out the population by dividing GDP divided by GDP per capita. So for the country 1, but now this is in 2027. So let's see first of all. For the country 1, it is 0.15 by 0.41, that is 15 by 41. For country 4, it is 12 by 38. For country 5, this is 10 by 36. For country 7, this is 8 by 30. Let's all find out all first of all. Let's see. This 15 by 41 comes out to be 15, 0.41 into 3, 123. You are left with 27. So approximately 36. Let's say write it, approximation. This is 2 into 6, 2 into 19. So this is 19, 0.357, 30, approximately 0.31. 2 into 5, 18. This is 0.18 into 36, 140. Approximately, we can take 7 here again, or we can take it even 8. 8 by 30, that is 2 table. 4 by 15, that comes out to be 0.26 approximately. Now, that is in 2004 actually. This is GDP per divided by GDP per capita, but these values are in 2024, and they have asked us in 2027, so we have to increase it also. Now, population growth rate for 1 is minus 0.12%. For number 4, it is plus 0.49. For country 5, 0.31. And for country 7 is minus. Now, country 7 is already at the lowest, and their population is also decreasing. So this can't be the answer because we have to find out the largest. Now, out of country 4 and 5, country 4 increase in population is more than country 5, and 4 has higher population also. So country 5 will also, if it increase, again it will be lower than number 4. Now, the only calculation we have to do for country first versus country 4. Now, here is a minus of 0.12%. Here is a plus of 0.49%. Now, just think one thing. It is 0.12, matlab less than 1%. If I calculate 1% of 0.36, that will be 0.003. That means it's going to be somewhere around 0.35 something, and this will be increase 0.31 something only. I hope you guys are understanding it. If I find out 1% of 0.36, let's take it as -1 and it's +1. Let's just round it off. It is 0.36, the value going to be 0.0036. So the value will decrease by this number. So it still remains 0.35 something. And if I find out 1% of 0.31, that is 0.0031. So for country 4, there will be increase of 0.031. That means again 0.31 something. Still country 1 gonna have a highest population. So that means the answer to this question gonna be country 1 straight away. Quite easy, doable. Again, one who has a better hand in the calculations. Let's go for the next one. For how many countries among country 1 through country 8 will the GDP per capita in 2027 be lower than in 2024? Now, country 1 through country 8 GDP per capita in 2027. So this is given to us. Now, if I have to increase GDP per capita, that means I have to increase the GDP growth rate, I have to decrease the population growth rate. And they said